Match week 15 rides into the horse capital of the world, Lexington, Kentucky. It's a Western Conference clash between two teams. At opposite ends of the table, Lexington SC welcomes Western Conference leaders, New Mexico United. Welcome inside Lexington SC Stadium. Central Bank is proud to sponsor tonight's match and to be the official bank of Lexington Sporting. Focal point of the Lexington offense as we look at our Western Conference table, now entering 15 weeks of the season. Carmen, coming up on that midway point of the USL Championship campaign, and Lexington has to find a way to get going.
Only 8 points, struggling after that first win in the opener, and then just not being able to get 3 points in 11 matches. Hopefully this could be the day where they get another win at home. Last one was March 8th.
As for New Mexico United, they're unbeaten in their last 3 and rewarding players for that success. Talon Maples signing a contract extension this week. Second most passes completed in the championship. He's been a key for them. Yeah,
the Black and Yellows are going to be able to have him until 2027. He's the star defender. He's young. This is his second season. Last one he started in 35 games, scored 3 goals. Now he's already 2 goals in 11 matches. And this one is another one. And we'll see if he keeps that.
Lexington SC in their first year in the championship. They've never met New Mexico United previously. Starters and kick when we return to Kentucky.
I shouldn't be here. That's what the first 3 doctors said. That even if I made it to remission, I'd probably never climb again. But I did. Because I wanted a different answer, and I found it at UK Healthcare. They took a drug nobody else had yet, 12 rounds of chemo, and a 16-person team. But here I am, right where I was never supposed to be.
Who is Lexington Sporting Club? We are the professional soccer team in the heart of the Bluegrass. From our Youth Academy to the Women's Super League to the Men's USL Championship team, we're building the future. From every corner of Lexington, we are united under one crest. This is your team. This is your community. Together, we are creating our story and leaving our mark. This isn't just any club. It's a club to call your own. Get your tickets today at lexsporting.com/tickets.
Success isn't a game of chance. It's about making the right moves. Just like Lexington Sporting Club, Commonwealth Credit Union aims to win by helping you defend your goals and keeping your money on the attack. As the official credit union of Lexington Sporting Club, we're empowering success on the field and in your finances with smarter banking options and unbeatable service. Are you ready to take the lead? Then get the home field advantage for your finances, only with Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
Back in Lexington, Kentucky, New Mexico United set to take on Lexington SC here inside Lexington SC Stadium. Alongside Carmen Bokeen, I'm Jake Griffith. The starting 11 for Lexington SC head coach Terry Boss going with a 5-2-3. One change that comes in the midfield as Speedy Williams exits the lineup, trying to push the tempo a little bit more today offensively, Carmen.
Yes, only that substitution made, comparing it to the last match. But at the end of the day, you want to focus also in what they have to do in the back line. Having Brooks Thompson starting for the second consecutive time that last match. He ended up conceding 2, but he made 3 saves, and we'll see how he's ready for this second match.
For New Mexico United and head coach Denny Sanchez, they counter with a 4-2-3-1. One change as well for the black and yellow. That comes along the back as Chris Gloucester comes in with a focus on the defensive side tonight.
True that, with Lindsay staying out of this match. And again, you want to focus also on the guys scoring the goals with Fernando, another player that is ready to do big things, and see what he's capable of doing in terms of the chances that he've created, 9 in the last matches and 2 goals scored.
Beautiful weather in Lexington, Kentucky, as some clouds and a little bit of rain have given way to a nice sunny evening and a rainbow shining over Lexington SC Stadium.
I was waiting for you to say that was the first thing that I saw, but the nice rainbow, right?
Lexington hoping that that rainbow signifies positive things to come. Their head coach Terry Boss said this week that they're really starting to turn the corner. This team is very bought in to the project. It's been a big transitional year for Lexington, making the jump up from League One to USL Championship. They've sent out 8 players, most among all USL Championship teams. Our keys to the match this evening between Lexington and New Mexico United. Carmen, for Lexington, it's grab and hold the lead. For New Mexico, they want to try and control the tempo this evening.
I think it's going to be clear in the first minutes of the match how both of them handle exactly the leads that we think that they're going to be taking.
Our center referee is Matthew Thompson. He sounds the whistle, and we are underway in this first ever matchup between New Mexico United and Lexington SC. New Mexico in the all-yellow, Lexington in the all-black. Inside Lexington SC Stadium. Lexington coming off that loss against Monterey Bay, in which they scored first. Meanwhile, New Mexico United, a draw against Colorado Springs Switchback, a 1-1 draw, preceded by 2 wins against Orange County and Oakland Roots. Here is New Mexico on the move. They have it out wide. Whipped up ahead, trying to find the long ball early on, in behind Sargent. Too heavy of a touch on that right-hand side by Seymour, and it's out for a goal kick. Brooks Thompson making his 2nd consecutive start in USL Championship play. 3 saves, 2 goals allowed against Monterey Bay. Intercepted, some trouble at the back here for Lexington, taken away by Jabang. Trying to roll it back in behind, blocked off the ball by Kendall Burks. Lexington looking to clear. Never dangerous on this high press in the transitional game is New Mexico United. 3 counter-attacking goals this season. Ryden funnels it back ahead. Here's Chris Gloucester. New Mexico have had so much success as they try the combination play out wide. Gloucester out of reach. Change of possession will occur via the throw-in. Already early on, though, Carmen, New Mexico United trying to get those fullbacks high up the pitch. They've had so much success this season doing that. More trouble at the back on the distribution, and now Lexington will pick the pieces up. Options up ahead, rolled out wide. Now in behind. Lexington lifts this into a crowd, headed away by Gloucester. Second clearance blocked away by Lexington SC. Now New Mexico under pressure as Gideon Zalalem looking for options going ahead.
And of course, Lexington, in a way, they're going to try to see how much they can control the match. New Mexico, they're doing everything the right way. They're taking the lead. And you see, these are the things that can happen when you're losing sight of where you want to control the game and how you want to do it.
A hard challenge applied on Chris Gloucester, and Alfredo Medinse shown yellow early into this contest, just 3 minutes in.
Really early on. It feels a little bit of a mistake there, just trying to put his left leg, seeing if he could touch the ball first. He ends up not doing that, allowing the other player to just fall, you know, but it was more of a silly early mistake for the Honduran player.
Yellow cards this evening presented by Hicks and Funsfin. As we're back underway off the foul, Alfredo Medinse shown an early yellow. Now Lexington showing high pressure here, causing issues for New Mexico United. This ball whipped ahead, slipping out of the reach and rolling across the touchline. Out for a Lexington SC throw-in. Here's Medinse, who just picked up the yellow, now whipped out wide. Johnny Ducan in an offside position, and that will erase the opportunity for Lexington SC. Twice early on, we've seen Lexington in build-ups toward the final third try to use that verticality, that long ball going ahead. They're a top 10 team in long ball completion percentage this year. Getting vertical quickly has been the message for Terry Boss and company all season long, and they're trying to put pressure on New Mexico United early.
And that's always good whenever you do it. They have been able to score those 11 goals in 12 matches. This is their number 13. We'll see if they keep adding to those lines, but the main thing to be vertical is just do it fast, take advantage, do a good counter, and see how you score.
Mexico with it now. New Mexico United seeking their third straight road win. 4-4-2 in their last 10 road fixtures dating back to last year. Now this whipped up ahead out wide, edge of the area. Cross comes in, and no one on the receiving end. That will sail out for another goal clearance. As Brooks Thompson, the former Sporting Kansas City homegrown, getting another look in goal. Fourth appearance across all competitions. Just his second USL Championship appearance this season. LSC fans, visit lexsporting.com to get your latest Lexington SC news, merchandise, and discounted ticket offers. That's lexsporting.com. Back underway off the Thompson goal kick. Lansing header on, and a Mexico United man goes down, and that draws a whistle from Matthew Thompson. United will build this out from the back, under duress again from Lexington. Going back a few matches ago, that result against Oakland Roots, the 3-0 win, is this whipped up ahead over the top, looking for Fernando. At the byline, his cross over hit, and it falls through the other side. A wasted opportunity if you're New Mexico United. Going back, though, a handful of matches to that 3-0 win against Oakland Roots. 2 goals very quickly early on within the first 20 minutes, and then they shifted more into a game management role, getting an opportunity to see a bit of a different look from New Mexico United in terms of working on their possession, working on their cycle. They are the best possession team in USL Championship this season. Lexington not far off. It's a matchup of two teams that really value the ball.
That's true, and that definitely changed what we're going to be seeing, because there's going to be phases of the match where one is going to have more possession and then the other one. But the high pressure here in the midfield is going to make the difference of who will be able to get out of it.
Usman Jubang taken down. Now a hit from distance, stopped by Brooks Thompson. The first test of the 23-year-old Indiana native, less than 10 minutes in. Good ball, played ahead. Lexington quickly off to the races now. Options in behind. recovery defensively by Jabang. Gloucester, the former Atlanta United man, 1 goal, rather 1 assist in 7 total appearances 2 seasons ago with Atlanta United's MLS Next Pro side, Atlanta United 2. Now switch to the top side of the attack. Getting back up to Gloucester. Gloucester, options, rolled in behind. They're inside. Pocket picked, a short clearance away from Lexington. As Gloucester trying to keep the pressure on. Knocks that clearance out. It goes for a Lexington throw in.
And more than what New Mexico did here, trying to create, well, this one, you can see it 2 ways. A good idea of trying to get a shot from a distance, but also you could have worked it just a little bit more and see if you can have put yourself in a better position towards the goal. But then defensively, Lexington SC, they have been amazing in that last one, just trying to find a way of not allowing New Mexico to score.
Despite the draw in their last match for New Mexico United, they really found a way to get inside. 19 touches inside, 178 passes completed in the opposition half of things. There's being in possession, and then there's being purposeful with that possession. And New Mexico United so purposeful when they get in toward the final third.
But when you come from a match like that one where you had the ball, you created the chances, but you were not able to get the 3 points or be better towards goal, then you have that little extra touch of frustration in you. Maybe that's why the high intensity to see if they can score early.
Lexington has responded well to that high pressure, that high intensity from New Mexico. There's 1 shot conceded so far, but now more pressure under duress as Thompson has to get rid of it. Just able to tightrope that end line is Lexington, and now it's cleared away. Gloucester working back on it again for New Mexico United. He's played up so high on this left-hand side, really getting involved offensively early. Rolled up ahead, it's Vargas. Vargas stutters. Zenge gives it back to Thompson. Lexington right now just struggling to get it out of their own end of things. And this is where New Mexico United becomes so dangerous when they keep that pressure on, when they cycle the ball around, when they pin you back deep. But Lexington responds with a challenge, ball won back. Adi Dokun, former Ohio State Buckeye, works it ahead, in toward Alex Tambakis, who makes the grab.
A little bit of the last 2 minutes of box-to-box activity. We'll see if they can keep up to the rhythm of trying to attack so fast and just putting that much pressure in the back line to get it back the ball.
There's Gloucester up ahead. Lexington, this roster has been tweaked and comprised of high attacking threats, especially those 3 up front. Forrester Ajago coming in from the loan from Real Salt Lake. You have Michael Adidakun, the former Mac Hermann Trophy winner, on a loan from CF Montreal. The last few weeks from Lexington, we have seen a shift away from that sort of rigid structural mentality where they've had a bit more freedom creatively, offensively. There is a whistle for a foul, and New Mexico United will have a free kick.
Yeah, just trying to get really quick. Well, that was the play, the good one chance that New Mexico had.
Standing over it is Talon Maples, who we highlighted in our broadcast open, the recent contract extension with the former Houston Dynamo man. He touches it and play back underway. Right now New Mexico at nearly 70% possession. Breaking out though on the move is Lexington Sporting Club. They roll this in behind, looking for Ajago. Couldn't take the touch on the move. And again, Tabakis makes the grab through traffic. 11th start of the season for the 32-year-old Greece national. Well, here's New Mexico United. A long ball looping ahead. That's claimed by Firmino. Lexington has struggled mightily in these first near 13 minutes of clearing things out of their own end. They are able to win a free kick.
And that's going to be a high risk for Lexington in terms of being able to hold throughout the whole match against New Mexico United and how fast they can transition. In this one, they were trying to take an advantage.
Back in toward Forrest Ojago. Gloucester. We'll swing this up to the top side of the attack again. Early on, Lexington doing a good job despite being under significant pressure. They are maintaining their shape well defensively. Carmen, that has resulted in New Mexico United getting opportunities in toward the final third, but they're fizzling out when they get into those good scoring opportunities because of the rigidness defensively of Lexington.
Yeah, and Lexington knows clearly that if they want to keep seeing themselves in a better position in the USL, they have to be secure in the back line. So that has to be task number one. New Mexico just trying to find a way to score that first one, transitioning the ball really good, being circular throughout and just moving forward.
Mexico United back with it. Just saw Denis Sanchez roaming around on the touchlines in his first season as the head coach for New Mexico United, hired away from Las Vegas Lights in the offseason after taking Las Vegas Lights to the playoffs, the finalist for the USL Coach of the Year. It was a big coup for New Mexico to be able to bring in Denis Sanchez to helm this New Mexico United club. Mexico trying to work it back forward. One back in the midfield by Lexington SC. Menense with a turn away from pressure. His pass forward intercepted. Able, rather, to settle on it initially. Now rolled ahead in toward Adi Dukun. And quickly claimed by Tabakis and rolled out. Mexico United looking to slow things down just a bit. These last 5 minutes have been sped up a bit by Lexington, trying to force New Mexico United into mistakes. This isn't a New Mexico United team that makes a lot of mistakes, though, regardless whether it's offensively or defensively. Very efficient as Denis Sanchez's team.
And we're past the first 15 minutes, full possession practically for New Mexico United, but not one good chance aside from that one from Jabang.
Just one shot on target combined between these teams over 15 minutes elapsed. However, New Mexico United nearing 73% possession. They have held on to this ball for quite some time in these opening minutes. As this first half has carried on, though, you are starting to see Lexington commit more numbers forward on that counter press, trying to force mistakes at the back for New Mexico United. Relentless attacking mindset is the way this Lexington coaching staff describes the way they want to play. You look back to that match against Tampa Bay Rowdies as that's cleared out for a New Mexico United throw. And Terry Boss said, that's essentially a snapshot of how we want to play. Long balls over the top, breaking lines, using speed on the outside to get in behind, and counter-pressing aggressively.
Yeah, and that's what they have been doing truly, because that's the option that they have. And the long ball, the one that we saw before from Midense, trying to find his team player just to see how they could like transition better in terms of getting forward.
Bit of a step back last week for Lexington SC because of that 2-1 setback against Monterey Bay. Terry Boss tweaking a bit with some of the tacticals, some of the lineups as well, shifting Sofian Jafal into that 10 role ahead of Nick Firmino. There's Lexington back on it now. It's given up here. Zenge This near touchline coughed up by Medinse. Emergency clearance away by Lexington SC. Medinse on it now. Medinse whips this ball ahead. Ajago colliding there with Tabakis. Cleared out of play. Forrester Ajago stays down for a moment. And now he will stay down as Matthew Thompson will go over and check on Forrester Ajago. A heavy collision with Alex Tabakis.
And you gotta give it here to Medinse. What a great ball, just perfect into the space, knowing exactly that everything was in the correct way. And then Ajago just trying to find the ball. If he could have reached to it first, then the collision with Tabakis, something dangerous can come out of this.
Forrester Ajago making his 4th start for Lexington SC since coming over on the loan from Real Salt Lake. Already 1 goal to his credit. His play back underway. Trapped deep in the corner is Medinse, out for a throw.
And you know what? He did the same thing from the other flank, and then he tried from this one. Maybe he can keep trying to put balls, long balls like that one, and a good possibility towards the goal can happen for Lexington.
Terry Boss said this week, with bringing Alfredo Medinse back into the fold, recalling him from that loan to Charlotte Independence where he really showed out. 5 goal contributions in just 7 appearances in USL League One. They bring Medinse back in. You couple him with Forrester Ajago and Michael Adidukun. And he said that's really the way we want this attack to look. That was the vision we had, as this long throw in from Burks into the 18, pinballing around. Right back off. Sargent with it. Pressure coming on Sargent. He'll work it back out wide. Right off Medinse. Mexico United swarming to the ball right now. As Lexington SC, their first sustained bit of pressure and possession now in this first half. Adidukun cuts it back, now lifts this in, header toward goal, over the bar. A brilliant bit of offense for Lexington SC, finding Forrester Ajago.
And that's the thing that happens when you have the ball too much and end up not creating something, allowing a player to be able to put himself so close to the goal. What a great ball for him just to get that perfect header, not going in the direction that you needed, but it's another one, another good scare for New Mexico United, with Lexington not even having the totality of the ball.
Jabang gives it up as New Mexico United on the move now. Flanked out wide, this is Gloucester. Gloucester didn't like his options. They'll cycle this back around as New Mexico United trying to shift back into that heavy possession-oriented mindset. Gloucester, one ball forward, not on target, takes a deflection though, whipped in behind, man goes down, and there is a whistle. A late whistle from Matthew Thompson as Mackenzie Gaines had gone down just a step outside the area. And this sets New Mexico United up with a free kick in a promising position.
Yeah, and the other side, we thought something like this could happen, ended up being fall in attack. This one didn't count like that. It was the pressure there done by Burks. And of course, Gaines has to take advantage of it, right?
There was a yellow card that came out of the pocket of Matthew Thompson. Sort of gestured vaguely to an area of multiple players. Kieran Sargent and Kendall Burks were the 2 that were defending Mackenzie Gaines, who ultimately went down. Lexington showing some aggressiveness early on, but a bit too aggressive. That's already the 2nd LSC player to go into Matthew Thompson's book in less than 30 minutes. As New Mexico United stands over top of it. 3 set-piece goals this season for the black and yellow. All 3 have come off corners. The wall forms in front of Marlon Vargas. Vargas stutters, offering, sent wide.
Good job coming from the stands for what Brooke Thompson just did. It was well done by Vargas, taking his chance on step, just trying to see if he could move that defense just a little bit better. But that shot ends up just going over, with Akala being the one who finally took it.
Officially, Joe Hafferty shown yellow for that foul that took Mackenzie Gaines down, that set up that free kick taken just moments ago. Yellow cards presented by Hicks and Funsfin.
Maybe he said something because he wasn't actually in the fall itself, but could have said something.
Cheers to local beer. West 6th Brewing is proud to be the official craft beer of Lexington Sporting Club. Find their locally crafted beers all around the state of Kentucky. From the flagship West 6th IPA to Silver Light Lager, there's something for everyone. Head to west6th.com to visit one of their dynamic tap rooms and learn more about Stadium Ale, the official craft beer of Lexington SC. The flag comes up from the far side assistant referee, Fernando, in an offside position. Boss in his first season at the helm of this Lexington Sporting Club, making that transition to the USL Championship from USL League One a season ago. It's been 2 years with Austin FC of the MLS, and now there's a foul as another card comes out of the pocket of Matthew Thompson. And this shown to Will Seymour.
The referee has issued a Hicks and Funsfin yellow card to New Mexico United.
Yeah, that one a little bit more rough than the one that we saw before. Still just gets the yellow.
Play quickly back underway as Seymour shown yellow. Lexington SC with it now. Rolled in, edge of the area. Goes right off the boots of Firmino and into the possession of Alex Tabakis. Early on, Carmen, we've already seen 3 bookings. Very obvious that Matthew Thompson is going to call this one tight tonight. How do you adapt if you're these players? You have to figure a way of, if you're New Mexico United, you have the ball, you try to get past that midfield where you're getting a little bit of pressure and get closer to the attacking third, which is what they haven't been doing. Whereas Lexington, without having the possession, they created chances and been able to be a little bit more strong in terms of shots. There's Fernando, switching pass, far side of the area. Kale pulls it in. Now Gaines. Left back off, Jabang now. Gonna touch it inside. Telegraph pass intercepted by Lexington. Odense, a little bit too crafty with it. Jabang on it now, lifts it forward. A brilliant ball laid off. Fernando, he's in! Thompson comes out and influences that, and it's cleared away by Lexington. And that's what we were talking, getting closer to the end line, and they did, but there was nobody on the other flank that could come and grab that perfect ball that ended up being left there. Nobody could do more to put it in the net, but again, defensively, Lexington did really good in controlling that chance. Lexington SC with the throw in. It's headed back on by New Mexico. The previous yellow card on Lexington that had gone against Joe Hafferty has officially been changed to Kendall Burks. So it's Burks shown yellow along with Alfredo Medense. That makes sense. On the move now is Lexington. Dukun works it out wide. Advantage play to Lexington. Inside, shot, deflected. Bit of frustration on display from Michael Adedukun. He was all alone at the top of the area. Epps couldn't get it to him. And instead, New Mexico United will take over possession. And Adedukun has been like running behind the ball and just putting the extra pressure to see if he can get away with it and do some more damage. Up ahead, it's Mackenzie Gaines on the left. Gaines knifing in. Fernando tries to leave it off. One back, though, by Vargas. A little roller toward Thompson. Not truly test the Indiana native. Fans, visit lexsporting.com to shop at the Lexington SC Team Store, your one-stop destination for all of the latest LSC gear and official merchandise. Purchase kits, scarves, hats, and more to show off your club pride. That's lexsporting.com. Defender tries to peel that back. He goes down. The whistle will sound from Matthew Thompson. It hasn't been about offense, it's been about physicality in these first near 30 minutes. Now 10 combined fouls, 3 bookings. This is about what you can expect from two possession-oriented teams, and especially for a Lexington team just trying to find results as we close on the midway point.
And a lot of that, it's not only in the physical part, it's also in the mental. And who's going to be able to hold a little bit more while running behind the ball or just having it without being good successfully in terms of attacking. So I think that's the good part when you have two teams that play the same way. At the end, one is going to give a little bit more and the other one's going to take it.
There's Gloucester. Gloucester has been involved in a lot of offense early on, racing up from that fullback spot on the left-hand side. Already 40 touches for Chris Gloucester. Switched over to the far touchline now. Space to move for New Mexico United. Laid back off. Give and go to Seymour. Wanting the cross at that byline. Can't corral that ball in. Out for a goal clearance to Lexington SC. Few offensive options going forward for Terry Boss's club at the moment, but you have to be pleased if you're Terry Boss and company for the way Lexington has defended this New Mexico United offense. It's been so potent these last 3 weeks. They'll go sailing out on a clearance forward. Change of possession gives Chris Gloucester to throw in for New Mexico United. Long pass up ahead, running in behind Fernando. A touch on the move. I'm going to turn this one back and reset things to Vargas. Vargas, his cross, whipping in. Thompson is there. Epps gives it up. Dukun. Hafferty. That's a man forward, and Jafal. Swung back out wide. Here's Lexington on the move again as Epps has it. Whipped ahead, no one on the receiving end, and that's been the story of the season for Lexington SC. Despite the significant attacking options they have up front, it's when they get in to that final third that they lose their composure and things fizzle out. But
with the possession being gained, they have been more secure, and it was opening the field, not allowing New Mexico United to play in that block, that compact block that was being so good for them. Now opening the field, it's more running.
And back by Sargent now. Sargent rolls it ahead. Dukun lifts it into a crowd, headed away. Tried to hit it off the half volley and thumped clear by New Mexico.
And I was saying more running and more spaces to making mistakes like that, and such a good, well done by Lexington SC just by stealing that ball and moving forward.
The midfield has been an area of strength despite the record for Lexington SC. 8th most possession gained among all USL Championship teams in the midfield this season. Terry Boss has put an emphasis on that counterattack over these last few weeks. He said sometimes it's good for us, sometimes it's a bit scary. They just want to find more consistency, and that time finding a good opportunity off a counter press.
Yeah, and that's a good way of doing it.
Over a half hour elapsed. Still just 2 shots on target. Both of them rest with New Mexico United on the road. That's cleared out of play. New Mexico United has done a good job of using their advantage in possession, of drawing Lexington in. And like what Lexington wants to do with the verticality, New Mexico United has found options over the top.
Yeah, they were able to get a few in the early start. Now, I think as time goes by, they haven't been that close. They do have those 2 shots on target, but they have been trying to get closer as much as possible.
Lexington SC have been able to close the gap in the possession. At one point, it was 73% in favor of New Mexico United. That closed down as New Mexico United still with 66% of the possession here in this first half. Clearance falls to the feet of Adidokun. Epps now snugging that far touchline, threaded inside. Here's Lexington looking to combine. It's Epps falling through inside. Ajago tries to hit it. An errant clearance back toward the keeper, still on it. There's a whistle for a foul taken down just outside the area. Sofian Jafal, and a yellow comes out of the pocket of Matthew Thompson again, this time to Chris Gloucester.
Yeah, Gloucester here, he knew it was so close. It was the 3rd time that they were being, quote-unquote, safe of not allowing Lexington to get a better shot. And this one, again, giving a good opportunity just outside the edge of the box. The run was great, and then just trying to get that bicycle kick that could have been such a great opportunity here. The good confrontation with Tabakis, and then the final distress call from Gloucester, just committing the foul.
Awarded to number 3, Christopher Gloucester from New Mexico United.
Clearance took a hop off the defender and went right back toward Tabakis. That was very dangerous if you're New Mexico United. Sofian Jafal, you saw at the end of that replay, is back to his feet. This gives Lexington SC a free kick. Just one step outside the 18 as Alfredo Medense stands over top of it. The yellow shown to Chris Gloucester. Yellow cards presented by Hicks and Thompson. Medense 4 chances created this season since coming back from the loan to Charlotte Independence. This hit off the wall, deflected. Medense goes to ground, wins it back. Pressure still on. Zingue, his cross, blocked out. And Lexington SC have won the match's first corner in this first half.
And get on your feet. That's another Lexington Sporting Club corner presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Today's Lexington SC corner kicks are presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Lexington Sporting Club number 23, Alfredo Medense.
The yellow card issued just moments ago to New Mexico United shown to Gideon Zalalem, not Chris Gloucester. Has been changed. Medense whips this in, bouncing around. It falls. Adidokun deflected out. Another corner for Lexington. How about this Lexington SC offense, Carmen, these last 5 minutes?
Gotta give it. Medense, a great way of taking that corner. Then the ball bouncing. Adiduku being exactly where he needed, putting that ball back, but then being deflected. Now he's the one taking care of the second consecutive corner.
For Ohio State Buckeye, Michael Adidokun plays the short option in. Given back, corner of the 18. Adidokun whips it in, falling through in front and fiddled wide. Ajago couldn't put a boot on it, and we stay scoreless at the tail end of this first half.
The ball just ends up going without giving the opportunity to get a better shot whenever it goes in between your legs and not allow you the chance to control it and do so much more. It could have been different, but the flag could have gone up too.
Lexington, despite the offensive struggles this year, they've been so good at using those crosses to generate offensive opportunities. 8th best cross completion percentage, 6th most completed per match. Very nearly completing another one there and sending themselves in front. High pressure forces a turnover, wins a throw in for Zinge and Lexington SC. Then finds a Jago who goes down. That draws a whistle. Carmen, these last 10 minutes have been marked by a much improved Lexington SC offense. And they're doing it by essentially being a bit more composed and completing some of their short passes instead of booting balls forward. Over it is Sofian Jafal. Over in the offseason, spent time with San Antonio FC, Orange County, 12 appearances for Orange County in the 2024 campaign. Medense hits this, curls it in front, stop made by Tabakis. Lexington SC really asking questions of this well-organized New Mexico United side. Up to 7 shots now for Lexington SC.
But unfortunately, neither on target, but still you feel like they have been definitely more dangerous than Mexico United with those 3 shots and 2 on target.
Here's Gloucester. Rewarding themselves has been the message for Lexington SC all week in training. Terry Boss said, look, we generate a lot of corners, 2nd most corners in the league. We generate scoring chances and big scoring chances. We're just not finishing them, trying to put that final touch on it. But those troubles are continuing here into this contest. Into the final minutes of this opening half, plus added time. It was New Mexico United who had to sit back and defend these last 10 minutes. That rolls out across this near touchline and a quick throw back in from Zinge, who now will slow things up.
And for Lexington SC, you know, without having the ball, being good in pressure, recovering them, and being able to move forward has been really good. It's something that they can keep doing, but get that one on goal.
Lexington felt like they were in control of the match against Monterey Bay for very large stretches, just mistakes sinking them in that contest, and that cleared out. Change of possession will occur as Gloucester will throw it back in. But you look at the numbers, 13 shots, 27 touches inside. They held Monterey Bay to just 96 passes completed in the opposition half of things.
That's so bad.
The last few matches, including that Tampa Bay match that we mentioned earlier in this first half, it has been an improved Lexington side. Still, though, no wins to show for it. Get the latest Lexington SC news right at your fingertips by downloading the official mobile app powered by Fan 360. Get access to exclusive content while shopping for season tickets and LSC gear, all in the Lexington SC Fan app. Another yellow card coming out of the pocket of Matthew Thompson as Kalen Ryden taken down. Yellow shown to Xavier Zinge. In a little quickly, and Zinge, the immediate reaction, not happy with the whistle.
No, and that's a lot of yellow cards in this first half, 3 and 2 per side.
Medense, Burks, and now Zinge all shown yellow for Lexington SC. Meanwhile, 2 have been handed out to the New Mexico United side of things.
Salalem and Seymour. And that always conditions you a little bit more for the second half in terms of if you want to make any substitution, you don't want to risk it losing a player.
Still down is Kalen Ryden as the New Mexico United training staff coming out to check on the status of the Oklahoma native 10 appearances, all of them starts this season for Dennis Sanchez's team, the former 69th overall pick by Columbus Crew in the 2015 MLS Super Draft. As the training staff do have him sprawled out, not moving. They are checking the head and neck area of Kalen Ryden. Ryden, who formerly spent time with Real Monarchs in his 4th season with New Mexico United. Right on this near touchline as Zenge goes to ground, and you see immediately Ryden grabbing for the back of the head, taking a hard tumble off the challenge. Ryden is up, sitting up. Training staff checking on the hands, the lower extremities of Kalen Ryden, going through the full procedure.
And this definitely is going to impact how much time we're going to get.
You can see Kalen Ryden pointing to the back of that neck. They were working on that neck when he was laid out on the pitch, and now sitting back up as they continue to check on Kalen Ryden. You can never be too careful with head and neck injuries, especially with what we know thanks to modern sports science about the impacts on the human body and the human brain. Ryden captaining this New Mexico United side today, getting checked on by his teammates now as well as that training staff. There's one more look at it again from a reverse angle as Ryden racing up. Zenge goes to ground, and right there, hitting his head hard off this grass surface at Lexington SC Stadium. A scary moment for New Mexico United's captain, but he is back to his feet. Officially 5 minutes of added time at the end of this first 45 minutes, as Kalen Ryden, who had gone down, is back to his feet and will continue on in this contest.
That fall is scary to imagine. It's scary to see it, and it's like your worst dream to see something like that, right?
Play gets back underway off the injury stoppage due to the injured Kalen Ryden. Tabakis will give it up to Ryden. Long pass, whipped ahead, a bit overhit, just out of the reach of Mackenzie Gaines. Again, we are seeing New Mexico United. The passing haven't been necessarily on point, but they are finding options over the top of this Lexington SC defense.
Yeah, and still with the field so open by how Lexington SC has been playing, when they had those moments of having possession for a long time, maybe New Mexico United has to put themselves in between the lines and see how they can steal those balls back again to create those good chances towards goal.
Up ahead, countering now is Lexington SC. That just out of the reach of Forrester Ajago. And again, Tabakis, who has not faced an official shot. He has been a busy man, though, in net for New Mexico United. The 32-year-old playing very brave in this first half. Thank you to tonight's presenting partner, Central Bank, the official bank of Lexington Sporting Club. Up ahead on the right-hand side of this attack comes New Mexico United, now trying to play this in behind. Again, out of the reach that time of Pele Akale, South Georgia Tormenta man. The passing, though, has been very crisp for New Mexico United. Many of them short passes, completing 92% of them. It's those long passes ahead that they haven't had much success with. As here is Lexington SC countering. Conversely for Lexington, their passing has left a bit to be desired this evening, completing less than 80% of their passes. Striking that balance between going long and keeping the ball on the floor has been a point of emphasis these last few weeks for Terry Boss and company. Despite the 7 shots for Lexington, just 51 passes completed in the opposition end of things. As Gloucester goes down, one back by Medense. On the ground again as Gloucester clears that out. It'll disrupt the Lexington build. Throw coming for Lexington SC, who, despite not having the advantage in possession, they've done such a good job of finding opportunities to get goals. Still seeking their first shot on target. Burks will throw this in. Long throw from Burks into the area. Glancing header back toward goal. There's a crowd in front. And Tabaki leaps up and makes the grab again. Some troubles here as Lexington starting to inch higher up the pitch on this high press. Intercepted by Fernando. Racing ahead. Numbers if they move quickly. Akale. Still Akale, turns, switches it inside, it's Vargas. Vargas back inside, Akale tapped in front, New Mexico go up 1-0. For the 10th time this season, the black and yellow have struck first in first half stoppage time. It's Fernando, his 3rd of 2025.
Wow, I'm in completely awe. I know we're watching this, but everything started with the fast-paced ball from Fernando, 5, 6, 7 touches. We'd had to count them again, and they were able to do what they didn't in the last 45 minutes, get close to the goal, and then Fernando receiving such a perfect ball. Impossible there for Brooke Thompson, that is covering one of her near post and leaving the second one empty for Fernando to score. What a great goal. And not only the definition, but the whole play. Those touches were magnificent to watch.
That is textbook Dennis Sanchez offense. Death by 1,000 cuts if you're Lexington SC. The short passing all set up, though, in that final third by, once again, a long ball over the top, breaking down the lines of Lexington SC.
And you know, when it came, you had just mentioned how Lexington was pressing so much that they had been able to put themselves closer to New Mexico United goal, and at the end they left everything unmarked in the back, and they were able to just get that counter so perfectly done.
As the first half is carried on, Lexington SC has been content to play a bit of a higher line defensively as they shift forward, hoping to pin New Mexico United back. It's generated opportunities for Lexington SC, but the counter of that is you leave space in behind, and Dennis Sanchez's team taking advantage of that space in behind. They hold a narrow lead heading into the break in Lexington, Kentucky, 1-0. A clinical first half performance for Lexington SC. 4 shots, 3 of them go on target, and 1 of them finding the back of the net. The road team on top as we head to break. The halftime report when we return to Kentucky.
UK Healthcare Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine offers comprehensive treatments for bone, joint, and muscle disorders and injuries of all types, from complex repairs to complete replacements. UKHealthcare.com, the power of advanced medicine.
Race to the top.
You're on.
It's time to power up your old checking account. That's why Commonwealth Credit Union created Power Checking. This incredible all-in-one account powers your spending and with built-in high-yield savings, grows your balance at the same time. No minimums, no limits, just unparalleled benefits.
Raise it back down.
So kick it up a notch with Power Checking, only from Commonwealth Credit Union, the official credit union of Lexington SC.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Who is Lexington Sporting Club? We are the professional soccer team in the heart of the Bluegrass. From our Youth Academy to the Women's Super League to the Men's USL Championship team, we're building the future. From every corner of Lexington, we are united under one crest. This is your team. This is your community. Together, we are creating our story and leaving our mark. This isn't just any club. It's a club to call your own. Get your tickets today at lexsporting.com/tickets.
Back in Lexington, Kentucky, in this match week 15 contest between New Mexico United and Lexington SC, a late goal sending the road team out in front 1-0 after a clinical first half performance.
This week on USL All Access, the greatest striker to ever play in the USL Championship, Cameron Lancaster, joins us, and we will break down their midweek matchup against Rhode Island FC. Is the Player Shield even a race anymore? We're going to give you a look at who our front runners are and who's got a possible outside chance of chasing down those three horses, and an ode to our owners, our general managers, and our presidents. Pay attention, the future is now.
Falls, and how about that? Marlon Vargas, take a bow.
Of course, began this season 0-4-1. As this is swung in by Armanakis towards the back post. Oh, what a save by Mora!
It's halftime in Lexington, Kentucky. The halftime report rolls on when we return. New Mexico United on top, 1-0.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off Fanny. Take a load, she's free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
How does Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water keep you in the game? We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel every body, no matter how you like to move it. So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated with Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Focus! Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Whatever it takes. Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain. Let's make a Karate Kid. And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
It's Dreamland in Lexington. Knocked in. His first goal for Colorado Springs.
A low-scoring affair through 45 minutes of play. New Mexico United in front, 1-0 at the half. News and notes. Our player of the month, Andy Cabrera, for the month of May, turning in impressive performance after impressive performance for El Paso Locomotive, the Derby rivals of this New Mexico United club. And coach of the month, John Bradford for North Carolina FC. Still halftime in Lexington, Kentucky. Just a narrow 1-0 advantage for New Mexico United. We'll head back to break. The halftime report continues when we return. The visitors with a narrow advantage through 45 minutes of play. 1-0 at the half between New Mexico United and Lexington SC. Let's catch you up on how we got to this point with our first half highlights. Early on, it was New Mexico United starting to ask some questions of this Lexington SC defense.
And they were taking control of having the possession, of trying to move forward and create the chances. This was one of the early ones, just trying to get that shot from a mid-distance, really early on.
Lexington then would shift into more of an offensive-minded mentality as Forster Ajago leading the charge. That just out of the reach and claimed by Tabakis.
That contributed to their 7 shots, none of them on target, unfortunately, but still creating those big chances like this one coming from a counter, good pressing in the midfield, stealing the balls, and then just moving forward.
There were stretches in that first half where Lexington SC, despite overall not having the possession advantage, really controlled the tempo. Here's another as Adi Dukun peels it back. That one of their best scoring chances on the day, and it would continue throughout the first half.
Trying to get Ayagu to get a good header, not going in the good direction, then this shot that goes just really close to the goal.
New Mexico United, despite being so defensive-minded in that first half, they then would have their opportunities. There's a ball that goes just past the boots of Brooks Thompson and cleared away, and then Lexington back on the attack again.
This was one of the closer ones that they have. Such a great ball, but impossible here for him to try to do a little bit more. It was a Wuju again.
Then in first half stoppage time, New Mexico United would come down and they would find the opener.
It was such a good play from when it started, how they stole the ball and then just created that interesting counter attack and transitioning from one side to the other until finally it was Fernando receiving the assist from Akale that was able to score the first goal of the night.
Lexington SC with the advantage in total shots, but still looking for their first shot on target. Meanwhile, New Mexico United, they've been very efficient with their options. 4 shots, 3 of them on target, and 1 finding the back of the net. They also have the advantage in possession through 45 minutes, 65-35. We're just about all set to go. Back inside Lexington SC Stadium alongside Carmen Boquin, I'm Jake Griffith. A low-scoring affair through 45 minutes of play. Defense has been the theme of the day for New Mexico United, who have invited pressure in from Lexington and then use wall-breaking passes over the top to find offense.
It was a perfect storm for New Mexico United to be able to score that first one of the night. We'll see how Lexington faces the second half.
Matthew Thompson is our center referee as he watches on. Both of these teams getting set to go for half number 2. A lack of offense through 45 minutes, not a lack of aggressiveness and physicality. 13 combined fouls, 5 total cards. Thompson gives the all clear, sounds the whistle, and we're back underway between Lexington SC and New Mexico United. Lexington on the move early on in half number 2. Again, flying to the ball defensively is New Mexico United. Will win it back. New Mexico did a good job in that first half of utilizing those switching passes to try to speed up this Lexington SC defense, pull them out of position, and find options going forward. A whistle from Matthew Thompson. Free kick quickly taken by Lexington SC. Defender goes to ground. No whistle from Matthew Thompson. Jabang turning, weaving through defenders, and New Mexico United will again settle in on things. As that first half carried on, we saw Lexington SC play higher of a line, inch further up the pitch defensively, coming out to start this second half, respecting the long play ability of New Mexico.
And whenever you do that, you know you can risk it. And that's exactly what happened, how New Mexico United took advantage and scored that first goal. Now Lexington has to know if they're going to try to attack and do damage, they still need to protect their back line.
Jabang tries to play that back to Akale, who was not in a position to receive it. Lexington will pounce on it, and it's cycled back to Brooks Thompson. 2 saves, 1 goal allowed in that first half by Thompson. New Mexico settling in on things here to open up this second half. They are the best possession team in USL Championship this season. Worked out wide. Again, trying to utilize those switching passes to the far and near touchlines to open things up as down goes Medense as he and Chris Gloucester get tangled up. That rolls out for a throw. And now Matthew Thompson comes over.
Fans, that's a Hickson puts a yellow card assist to New Mexico United.
Matthew Thompson awarding a free kick to Lexington SC as a late card comes out of the pocket of our center referee and shown to Chris Gloucester. He now becomes the 3rd New Mexico United man to go into the book. That makes 6 bookings this evening combined between the two teams. It's been very tightly officiated in this contest.
And we talked about how physical it was for a period of time. And that's what you get when you're trying to just take advantage and take control of the ball when you're used to doing that, which is the case for these two teams.
Funson with the official yellow card. This lifted into a crowd, nodded away from goal. To Jabang. Looking for a release. Can't find it there. Vargas pulling the strings at the moment for New Mexico United. They'll give it up. Gideon Zalalem gives it back up to Vargas. So much patience on display all evening long from this New Mexico United side. And now up ahead, Akale. The flag.
The yellow card in the 49th minute. New
Comes
Mexico
up
United.
from the near side assistant referee for offside. One of those things you have to be cognizant of when a team is playing such a high line is shrugging that back shoulder of the defender to make sure you stay on side. Akale could not. And now Lexington with it. In toward the final third they come. Whipped up ahead, touch toward goal, just out of the reach of Ajago. He got the tip of the boot on it, but again, Tabakis comes up. That's what Forster Ajago brings to this Lexington SC team. Terry Boss had said earlier this week that he ended up staying with the Real Salt Lake organization a bit longer than they expected, which just shows his quality. But he was a player early on when Boss got the job that he identified as a guy they wanted to bring in to bolster this attack.
And you can definitely see why. He's been the player that, like, is able to stay up front, like in this one, receive a long pass, be able to try to do something. Unfortunately here, by trying to reach, he ends up falling and not being able to touch the ball first.
Jago has been making runs all evening long, putting pressure in on that New Mexico United back line. Just 6 touches, but 2 shots. He's also won 2 fouls as well. Here is New Mexico United and Usman Jabang. Dancing through defenders. Jabang goes down as defender gets a fistful of shirt. Mexico United will have the free kick off the foul. These cards will stay in the pocket of Matthew Thompson. Mexico United did a good job in that first half of limiting the mistakes, yes, but also connecting a lot of these short passes as well. Lexington, meanwhile, another counter-attacking opportunity. This served up out wide. Zenge whips it back in front. Fumbling with it is Epps. Adi Dukun From distance, Adi Dukun parried away, and it's cleared out. Lexington with their first shot on target.
Yeah, and the message has to be clear. Try to see if they can level it up. This one passing through, but then recycling it and just giving a good opportunity. Unfortunately there, even that deflection could have ended in a goal, but ends up going to the other side.
Today's Lexington SC corner kicks are presented by Commonwealth Credit Union. Adi Dukun whips it back post, nodded down toward goal, but rolling out, and it's a goal kick awarded to Alex Tabakis. Again, though, for Lexington SC, we see the crossing ability of Lexington Sporting Club opening things up. All three of their good looks at goal, including that save from Tabakis just recently, have been set up by crosses whipped in with pace. Defender goes to ground, that played out. Kale able to disrupt the build for Lexington SC. Sargent tosses it in. Adi Dukun. Dukun backing down that defender. Now we have a whistle from Matthew Thompson, who will bring a stoppage to this. Free kick awarded to Lexington SC. One way, if your offense is struggling to get going, one way to generate opportunities, dead balls, set pieces.
Yeah, always take advantage of that possibility of having more players on the opponent's side and then just being able to put the ball faster. And Medense again.
Medense, former USL League One Young Player of the Year, was a League One second team selection with Central Valley Fuego a season ago. Medense whips this in, headed toward goal, cleared away, out for another corner. Lexington's offense starting to pick up steam in this second half. Today's Lexington SC corner kicks are presented by Commonwealth Credit Union. Adi Dukun. Back post again, headed wide. Once again, it's Forster Ajago finding a way to generate offense, and once again, Lexington just can't put it on target.
And that's how many consecutive of them trying to create something really good. Such a perfect way of taking that corner. Then the header, a lot of people there, and he was still able to get that header first, but goes not in the right direction either.
Rockies tries to distribute it rather out wide. Initial interception from Lexington, and now a foul committed as New Mexico United will have a free kick. Going back to Lexington SC, though, that's a trend that has continued all season long, generating big scoring chances, but not being able to finish them. They've missed 15 big scoring chances, including 67% of their scoring chances created over these last 4 match weeks. Up to 11 total shots, just 1 on target tonight. Cycled over to Seymour. This near touchline to Akale. Pressure collapsing in on Akale. Another whistle sounds from Thompson. Just a step inside this near touchline will be the free kick taken by New Mexico United. West 6th Brewing is a proud partner of the Lexington Sporting Club with dynamic taproom locations all throughout the state of Kentucky. You can enjoy West 6th locally crafted beers. For all your adventures, enjoy Stadium Ale, the official craft beer of Lexington SC, at all home games or at your favorite retailers around Lexington. Fernando, the goal scorer so far for New Mexico United, had it for a moment. Now it's intercepted by Jabang. Jabang. Laid back off Akale. Akale serves it out wide. Seymour. Seymour cuts to his left. Top of the area now. Vargas trying to roll it ahead. Cleared away. Vargas still on it for New Mexico United. Hit from distance, deflected, and falls into the arms of Brooks Thompson. New Mexico United have done such an excellent job this evening of picking their spots when going forward. And when they do go forward, that patient approach has drawn Lexington in, funneled them inside defensively, and it's leaving some spaces out wide for New Mexico to attack.
Yeah, but they have to take advantage of it. How many minutes already? Almost 10 from the second half, and still not one good chance for them.
They've shown good variation in their offense tonight. The goal a result of a line-breaking pass over the top, but now in this second half, utilizing more of those short combination plays. Akale gives it up to Vargas, rolled back ahead. This is Gaines. Gaines on his right, wants to cross, blocked away by Sargent. Gaines will get it back from Zelalem. Zelalem from Akale. Here's that patience on display once more from New Mexico United. Back they go forward with it. Usman Jabang. Lifted in, headed away that time by Burks. But work back on, Jabang fiddles that one wide, and it will ultimately result in a Brooks Thompson goal kick.
And maybe it's a little bit of how it happened in the end of the first half. Try to give Lexington SC the idea that they have the ball, that they create the chances, and see if they can counter again.
Thompson gets play back going with that goal clearance, and now a whistle in the midfield. Jago had gotten tangled up with a New Mexico United player who is still down after the aerial duel. Training staff will race back out on the pitch. On the center of your screen, right there, and again, it is Kalen Ryden who goes down.
I think he should be substituted. Like, allow him to fully rest. Like you said, you can never be too good in taking care of whatever happens when it's a hand injury. Not only in a sports environment, in a real life environment. Even us, sometimes we hit ourselves and we're like, oh, I'm fine, everything's fine. No, you gotta make sure.
Ryden had gone down in the late stages of that first half, part of which resulted in the 5 minutes of added time at the end of the first half for a very similar play going up, a duel, coming down and hitting his head very hard, the back of his head.
Now it seems it was the elbow, because he hasn't moved. This was the first one in that first half, just again like you said, and then just bouncing his head back really hard. It was almost 5 minutes until he was able to get back up. And then this one where he seems to, he hasn't moved his arm, and they were touching his left elbow, shoulder. I said elbow, right, shoulder, my bad.
When he went down in the first half, he'd been grabbing at that neck as they were working on the neck, and now Kalen Ryden still staying down. The 23-year-old defender out of the state of Oklahoma is Kalen Ryden. Now in his third season with New Mexico United, former super draft pick by Columbus Crew, product of Oral Roberts, is Kalen Ryden, who is still down, being checked on by the training staff, and now the stretcher brought onto the pitch here at Lexington SC Stadium for Kalen Ryden.
I think that is the safest thing to do. You know, you've gotten to a head, or I don't know actually what is there, because he keeps touching his shoulder, but.
A scary moment here in Lexington, Kentucky, as for the second time tonight, New Mexico United's captain, Kalen Ryden, is down as the training staff checking on him. Another look at what brought us to this point. It comes off a goal clearance from Brooks Thompson right there in the center of your screen.
Oh, the arm, you saw it?
Ryden able to sit up as they do have the stretcher on the pitch. This is Kalen Ryden's 11th appearance of 2025. Has been such an integral part of what Dennis Sanchez and New Mexico United have accomplished so far in 2025. Ryden back to his feet with the help of the training staff. His teammates look on. Ryden in the center of that scrum of medical professionals, very clearly laboring, wincing, walking very gingerly with the help of the New Mexico United training staff. Mr. Ajago, who has been so important for Lexington tonight, he walks over. Good show of sportsmanship as he checks on Kalen Ryden. A welcome sign if you're New Mexico United that Kalen Ryden is able to walk off somewhat under his own power, being guided over to this near touchline by the training staff after what was a scary moment. With this stoppage, New Mexico United will bring in Sergio Rivas to spell the injured Kalen Ryden. Kalen Ryden will come off, unable to continue on in this second half as play has come to a screeching halt due to the injury stoppage. Ryden has been an important player along the back, leads this team in clearances per 90 minutes, averaging 5.5 clearances per match, as he has helped lock down the back line for New Mexico United. And Kalen Ryden, deservedly so, getting an ovation from the fans here in attendance in Lexington, Kentucky, as Sergio Rivas will come on. Additionally, another change made by New Mexico United as they will bring Daniel Bruce on.
Also in the 65th minute, substitution for New Mexico United, number 25.
Mackenzie Gaines comes off.
Number 10, Mackenzie Gaines.
Daniel Bruce, the 28-year-old out of England, former Charlotte 49er at the collegiate level. 7th season with New Mexico United, making his 10th appearance of the year. His play back underway following the injury stoppage. Terrible turnover at the back if you're Lexington. Very costly. Recovered nicely, though, defensively, and Lexington trying to turn this into a counter. Adi Dukun leading the charge on the left. Now cuts back inside. Has to turn away from pressure. Adi Dukun sidesteps one challenge. Now whips this cross. Back post, overhit. Burks will pick it up. The pressure still on for Lexington. Lobbed back at a crowd, headed toward goal. All level at one. Lexington have pulled back in the second half thanks to Sofian Jafal, his first 1-1.
And when you talk about being able to level it up, this was the best prize that they could have get. The opportunity after a little while, after creating those many chances, and it had to come with such a great ball, how he looks exactly where he wants to put it. And then number 3, Jeffal, just being able to connect that header. Such a perfect way to strike early. A lot of time now to see who's gonna take this match.
A second half goal for Lexington SC to pull back level at home. They generated so many opportunities in that first half, and now just on their second shot on target, back even at 1 apiece. Here's New Mexico United. Worked back ahead, inside, centered. Trying to clear it away, and Lexington does. Worked back ahead now. New Mexico United on it. Akale shifting inside. Akale tries to lay it off in behind and does. Squared but intercepted by Lexington. An important second half response for Lexington SC. Here's Lexington SC. Scoring minutes ago, the equalizer, thanks to Sofian Jafal. Now funneled back down this near channel. Adedukun. To leave it off top of the 18. One back by New Mexico. Now countering is New Mexico United. Moving ahead with pace, Fernando, who scored the opening goal in first half stoppage time. And now New Mexico will reset things. Akale. Akale turns. Trying to work it back ahead to Daniel Bruce. Knotted away by Lexington. And now a whistle sounds in behind from Matthew Thompson. That will bring a stoppage to this match. This second half has been radically different for Lexington SC. They've held on to the ball a bit more. And yes, still just the one shot on target, but making the most of their opportunities, once again generating offense by whipping crosses in.
Yeah, definitely it has been such a good second half for them. Getting a hold of how they're playing this match and now leveling it up, these 20 next minutes are going to be surreal.
Lexington just gets in a little too quickly as Ajago in an offside spot. For New Mexico United, despite them having the lion's share of the possession, they've been limited to just 2 shots in this second half, and now an errant clearance, one back by Sargent, and Lexington racing forward with it. Sargent lifts it in, and Tambakis will claim that cross. Bruce had gone down off an aerial collision there in the midfield for New Mexico United. This rolled ahead to Epps now. Epps cuts to his right. Epps shot blocked. Thumped clear by Ousmane Jabang and out for a throw. How about this Lexington SC offense?
And that's exactly the confidence that you gain when you are able of seeing if you can get another win at home. What a great shot. If it wasn't the player, the defensive player, it was the goalkeeper. Either way, they were more than ready to get that ball away and make another save for him.
All evening long, Lexington SC have been able to take advantages of space down those flanks and utilize those wings to really create offense. Throw in from Burks. Into the 18, headed back toward goal, pinballing around. Adidokun will settle on it.
Adidokun is everywhere.
Been flying around this evening on this left-hand side. Adidokun whips it in, back post, falling in front, put home, Lexington on top! For Lexington SC at home, and Xavier Zingue nets his first of the year, 2-1.
That was perfect from Adidoku because, you know, a ball like that one, you can give it as lost, but he made the run, he got it, put such a perfect ball, and it was perfect for Zingue just to be able to get a hold of it, send it to the back of the net. It was impossible for the goalkeeper in that one. And now they're able to put this underhand and see if they're capable of getting another win like that last one they had in March 8th.
All season long, Terry Boss has said this team bought into what he calls the project. They believe in themselves, and they believe that eventually these goals will come if they continue to stick to their core principles. One of those, utilizing switching, crossing passes. Now back-to-back goals for Lexington SC, and back-to-back goals generated by balls whipped into dangerous areas. New Mexico United with it, desperately seeking an answer after conceding back-to-back here late in this second half. Black and yellow on the move, given up to Akale out wide. Akale. They're doubling up Akale, has an option next to him. And will find Seymour. Back, Rivas now. Rivas, Akale looking for the cross, sailing back post, falling out the other side. Still just 2 shots in this second half for New Mexico United, who are back on it now. Worked ahead, Seymour. Bang will reset things offensively for New Mexico United. Despite taking that early 1-0 lead in first half stoppage time, they have struggled to consistently get in behind Lexington SC because of the way Lexington oftentimes tonight has been able to hold their shape defensively.
But you know what, now the terms of shots, it's been 14, 3 of them on goal, 2 of them more goals. So it's such a good effort without having the ball, which is something that they usually do, and you can still adapt and play facing a style similar to yours.
16 goals scored this season coming into tonight for New Mexico United. They're not going to bludgeon you with high-scoring affairs, but now here they are. Akale works it ahead, laid back off. Akale skips it wide at the far post, and it's out for a goal kick.
What a good triangulation, a good give and go there to get such a good shot that ends up going wide. But still, New Mexico United is far from giving away the possibility of scoring another one.
For number 16, William Seymour.
Jalen Lindsay will come on as a second half substitute for New Mexico United. 12th appearance of the season for Lindsay. The last 2 seasons with the Charlotte FC organization of MLS. Play back underway as New Mexico United on it now. It's whipped up ahead, racing in behind. It's Daniel Bruce. Bruce will catch up to it. They don't have the numbers though. Laid off, miscommunication. Had a streaking Akale rolling right down the middle. And instead it's cleared out by Lexington SC.
And let's go.
A chance here on a corner for New Mexico United late in this second half. An area that they have been dangerous on with 3 corner goals in 2025. They'll look to Marlon Vargas, who will be the trigger man on this corner. Vargas swings it in, headed away quickly by Lexington. Rivas will cycle this to the near side. Jalen Lindsay. Akale lifts it in, headed down, and rolling into the gloves of Brooks Thompson, who will sprawl on top of it. LSC fans, mark your calendar for July 12th as we host our first Lex Go local watch party at Jack Brown's Burger and Beer Joint in Lexington, Kentucky. Festivities begin at 6:30 and will continue throughout the entirety of the game. The watch party is open to all fans of all ages. Be sure to come loud and proud and show your support at Jack Brown's Saturday, July 12th. We hope to see you there. Matthew Thompson, our center referee, will whistle for a stoppage as Kieran Sargent stays down on the pitch, and the training staff will come out to assess the status of Sargent. Making his 13th start of 2025 tonight. Along the back is the native of Texas, former Houston Dynamo homegrown product. Sargent has turned in a hard shift this evening. He's gone the distance so far on that back line for Lexington SC. Now he is back to his feet. See how exhausted these Lexington SC players look, and that's something that Terry Boss has talked about so often this season. Yes, the results aren't coming, but these guys for Lexington, they're working hard. They put in a very high work rate. Lexington will make 2 changes, one of those being Speedy Williams, who will come in. Did not start this contest. And the second time in their last 3 USL Championship fixtures that Speedy Williams has not been in the starting 11, a guy that had been a consistent fixture and face in that 11. As Kieran Sargent able to walk off the pitch under his own power. This change by bringing Speedy Williams on here in this second half, an important tactical adjustment if you're Terry Boss, because the look that Speedy Williams gives you, it allows you to have a bit more control, a bit more possession in the role he plays, and be a bit more dominant on the ball, whereas having him out of the lineup allows you to get balls forward a bit quicker and create some more options going forward.
But you know what? We also talked about how important it was to take and hold the lead. Well, now they have the lead. Now they have to be able to hold it. And he's making that change, adding Green, which is a defensive player, just to try to maybe not, park the bus, literally, as we say, but just to be able to secure it and see how they can stay with this result.
The stoppage continuing on as Matthew Thompson now chatting with the fourth official.
And there's another substitution there, 27 to Givert, sorry.
At the moment, 3 changes set to be made by Lexington SC. 2 of those being Jacob Green and the aforementioned Speedy Williams. Mexico United will counter with a change of their own. As Thomas Pondeca, the Dallas native, acquired via loan ahead of the season from FC Dallas. He comes on. Now Jacob Green, Speedy Williams, and Gael Gilbert will also join the 2 aforementioned Lexington SC changes.
And into the line for Lexington Sporting Club, number 80, Speedy Williams.
Waiting the restart of this contest in the second half as Lexington going through their changes. Jacob Green now running on, the former Columbus crewman, will make his 8th appearance of 2025. Going back to Lexington SC, though, the importance of being able to hold on to leads, something they've struggled to do so this season. They have the most points dropped from winning positions in USL Championship. A guy like Speedy Williams, because of his ability to help Lexington hold on to the ball, that's an important adjustment made by Terry Boss in these final 7 minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah, holding the name, right? Speedy, well, the nickname.
Thompson puts a boot into it and play back underway off the extended stoppage. Headed back down by Lexington SC as that falls to Sergio Rivas. Over to Lindsay, second half substitute. Jabang will reset things. Attacking down the far channel now is Akale. There's 4 shots on target tonight on 9 shots for New Mexico United. That pass out of the reach of Jalen Lindsay. What they've had success doing, at least through the first 45 minutes, they've gone away from in this second half. Had success drawing the Lexington defense in and then using those passes over the top to open things up. We have not seen that same success in this second half as that's headed away from the vicinity of Daniel Bruce, out for a throw-in. New Mexico United will have this throw on this near touchline. The first 5 minutes of this second half, they showed promise utilizing the ground passing game, keeping the ball on the floor, connecting passes, creating overloads. Lexington, though, have adapted on the fly in this second half and are really taking New Mexico out of their element. Here's Zalalem. Rivas gives it up. Look at the numbers that Lexington is throwing back right now defensively, just packing it in and making life so congested if you're New Mexico United.
Yeah, they're going to make it really hard to see if they can secure yet another yellow card.
There was an initial whistle from Matthew Thompson for a foul, and now a yellow comes out of the pocket. Yellow card shown to Michael Adidokun. Thompson will reset things as New Mexico United would quickly take that free kick. Yellow cards tonight presented by Hicks and Fumpson. The 4th yellow shown to a Lexington SC player this evening. 7 combined cards tonight in what has been a physical affair. 22 combined fouls. These teams playing not like it's their first all-time meeting. These are two sides playing like seasoned rivals in this first ever matchup. As that's steered out across the touchline, Lexington will have a throw in.
They are starting to build their own history, of course.
Lexington will have plenty of that to go around this year, this being their first year in USL Championship. Terry Boss, in his first season at the helm of Lexington SC, he said coming over from Austin FC was such an enticing opportunity to help lead the charge for Lexington, who are out on the break now. Epps stops, lifts it out wide. Adi Dokun, what a move, shifting to his right, saved! Pressure still on from Lexington. An incredible full stretch save made by Tambakis. Worked ahead on that far touchline now. Trying to knife back inside was Xavier Zenge.
Can we see that one again with nutmeg included? And then what a great way to be able to put himself in the position towards the goal to get such a great right shot directly. Oh, it would have been such a great one.
14 goals a season ago in his final year at Ohio State from Michael Adidokun. The Mack Herman Trophy took Ohio State to the College Cup semifinal where they were felled by the Marshall Thundering Herd. Now on it, Akale lifted over the top, hacking away at it toward goal, and laying on it now is Thompson. The offense has just sputtered out all evening long for New Mexico United, save for the lone goal in first half stoppage time. When they get in toward that final third, they've just been bunched up and congested all night long. Thompson boots it ahead. Now a collision as Forster Jago goes down, and Lexington have won a late free kick. The second half, Lexington have been relentless. Able to draw foul after foul, put themselves in good opportunities. It's really forced New Mexico United, when Lexington are in this end of things, very much so back on their heels. Worked ahead, Adidokun. Tries to cut back outside. Well defended there by Lindsay. And that's out for a goal clearance. By no stretch, New Mexico United out of this. They've scored 6 goals in the final 15 minutes this season, most among USL Championship sides. Coincidentally, Lexington SC have allowed 6 goals in the final 15 minutes of matches.
And that's why we understand what Terry Boss ended up doing of making some changes from midfield or attackers to defenders and see how they can secure this.
Here's New Mexico. We close in on that 90-minute mark. Maples gives it up. Space to move for Vargas now. Vargas works it ahead. Jabang forcing his way inside. Giving up, it's Bruce. Now back to Vargas. Rolled ahead, takes a deflection, and cleared away. Officially 12 minutes of added time at the end of this contest. Between the significant amount of stoppages due to fouls and cards and the injury stoppages, that explains the 12 minutes, the full maximum of stoppage time allotted. Foster works it ahead. Jabang, they were doubling him up, whether that be Pondeka. Short clearance from Jabert, won back by New Mexico United. Joining the attack now is Jalen Lindsay. Zalalem. New Mexico United just trying to swing passes side to side to open things up. These rotations have been so crisp defensively by Lexington SC in this second half. Akale now. Akale gives it up. It's Lindsay. Lindsay to Akale on his left. Steps inside. Gives it up to Zelalem. Back out wide. Lindsay works it inside. Bouncing around. It finds its way out of play. And a corner conceded.
A little bit of confusion there who touched the ball last, but at the end it's a corner kick. And just the big pressure that New Mexico United is putting in this final minutes of this second half, because they want to see if they can get that goal.
It's the second corner of the night for New Mexico United, who have 3 corner goals to their credit this season. Mokwele Akale, the Minneapolis native, plays the short option in. Give it back to Akale inside. Akale at the byline. Akale looking to cross, overruns the ball. Now a chance for Lexington to get on their horse and break out from their own end. Solid hold-up play there from the young Michael Adidokun. Don't have the numbers, and now they cycle it back over to the far side. Here's Lexington, rolled ahead, touch toward goal by Ajago, and out comes Tambakis to make the save. Akale weaving through the defense. He'll lay this one off to Zelalem. Back to Akale, the chief chance creator today for New Mexico United as they try to pull back level in this contest. Akale on it now. He's taken nearly 50 touches tonight, completing almost 86% of his passes. He has it now. Given up. Rivas lifts it ahead. Off the boots of Talon Maples and rolls out.
This was another one, a good play created coming from that flank, and then just having the man in front of the goalkeeper to see what he could do.
Who replaces number 33, Foster Ajago.
One last sub made by Lexington SC as Forster Ajago will come off. Hugo Mbonge will come on for the first time tonight. 5th appearance of the season for the Canadian national. Terry Boss and his Lexington SC side trying to hang on. What a second half it's been. 2 unanswered goals by Lexington SC, both in this second half after trailing at the break. It has all started with their use of crosses in to be able to soften up this rigid New Mexico defense.
Yeah, because they've only conceded 12 goals prior to this match. Now it's 12, but 10 and 11 is not bad.
Lexington SC will have a throw in. Long throw from Lexington. Space to move now if you're New Mexico United. Up ahead. Akale, they're nearly coughed up in the midfield. It's won back by Vargas. Now Vargas sprinting forward with it as New Mexico United. Shifting in, a shot from distance! What an effort from Pondeka.
And what a good chance. How do you put yourself in such a diagonal position, get that shot? It's still so fast, I don't get to see if Thompson ends up touching it, but I guess he does. Nope. It was so fast. Not even Thompson's side.
Pondeka very nearly coming on in the second half and making an immediate impact. Lexington SC fans join us on Friday. More on that in a moment as Akale leading the charge. Akale tries to settle, turned away from goal by Lexington. Here's Lindsay now, will win it back. Lindsay Akale. Still New Mexico United. Rivas lifts it in, and it's thumped away for a Lexington clearance. Funnel back out wide. Pondeka now with it. Pondeka racing to the end line, tries to square. That rolls out. Another corner won by New Mexico United. Quickly taken in by Vargas. Vargas gets it back. Akale. Still Akale, blocked. Gloucester serves this back out wide. Vargas will pick it up for New Mexico United. Pondeka on it. Tries to sidestep one challenge. And a decisive clearance all the way back down for Lexington. They are packing things in defensively right now. And New Mexico United, no answers on the offensive side.
Look at the goalkeeper where he is off of now. And at the end, hold is what Lexington is trying to do. Be compact, be in that low block, and see how they cannot allow New Mexico United to score one more.
Williams thumps that one clear, and it's settled back to Chris Gloucester. These last 5 to 10 minutes have been all New Mexico United in possession. Back on it again is Akale, but the flag comes up for offside. Danny Barbier from Miami FC, Indy 11 man, who made 19 appearances a season ago for Miami FC. He will come on. Marcus Epps will trot off and hand the captain's armband to Speedy Williams. Lexington SC fans join us on Friday, June 20th at 7 p.m. at LSC Stadium to support our men's teams. They take on Colorado Spring Switchbacks. Enjoy a fun Friday night with LSC's $1.50 beer special. Purchase your tickets today at lexsporting.com. Another defensive-minded change made by Terry Boss and Lexington SC as Marcus Epps, the forward, comes off. In comes the 27-year-old defender, Danny Barbier. Lifted ahead by Thompson, play back underway. And here is Lexington SC, trying to show some late offense, but quickly pouncing on it is New Mexico United. Akale turning on the Jets, racing in behind. Akale taken down, and a free kick given to New Mexico United.
And this is the final 3-4 minutes to play, and you can get the fall in there. We had so many in the first half, not so many in this second half. This is one of them, but a dangerous position for a good shot towards the goal.
The speed of Mukwele Akale, former South Georgia Tormenta man, has applied pressure on Lexington's backline all evening, none more so than there, and Akale able to set New Mexico United up with a set piece late into stoppage time. Vargas and Akale stand over it. Akale curls it, back post, headed away. Ronnie Dokun, it falls to him. Well-timed challenge by Akale, doing it all tonight for New Mexico United. Here's Vargas. Vargas knifing in, Vargas shot deflected. Hacked away by Lexington for a clearance. Long ball played ahead, punched away by Thompson. Still on though, it's Vargas. Akale. Akale, it's deflected again. Akale can't stand upright. And now Lexington looking for the clearance, and they find it. Gloucester now. They'll try their hand down the left-hand channel. Pondeka. Lifted back ahead. Akale. New Mexico, these last 10 minutes, just turning the screws offensively. Cross blocked out. It falls to Akale. Funneled back ahead. It's Maples. Try to play it in behind. Cleared out. New Mexico United with a throw in. Akale back to Maples. Gloucester lifts it ahead. Diving header away from pressure by Lexington. Now plenty of space to move out wide. The whistle sounds from Matthew Thompson. Full time in Lexington, Kentucky. And a massive upset on a Saturday night in Lexington.
When you talk about an upset, this is the one that you dream. The last team on the table beating the leader, and that's exactly what they did. And they did it facing a team that plays more so like them. They were able to regroup, see how they were going to put the game on the field, and they were able to do it. And second half, it was amazing, and they did got these 3 points.
Lexington SC upending Western Conference leaders New Mexico United 2-1 thanks to 2 unanswered goals. We'll head to break and return to break it all down. It's all final in Lexington, Kentucky. 12th place Lexington SC upending first place New Mexico United 2-1. A chance to look at our full-time highlights in this one. Early on, it was New Mexico United finding the offense and finding their first goal.
They were able to score that one with Fernando just having that little touch of the ball with his left foot, enough for him to score the first one of the night. Just a little bit shy from the end of that first half.
At that point, New Mexico United had the lion's share of the possession, trending toward the positive territory, but then Lexington in this second half would find their offense.
Yeah, they were able to do what they needed, and it was score, see what they can do. Perfect center, and then just a perfect header to score that. Really close to the far post of the goalkeeper, and impossible for him to do something.
That one put home by Sofian Jafal, and then later on in the second half, lifted in by Adi Dokun, tapped home. What a goal for Xavier Zenge.
Zenge did everything that he had to do by the way of how he turned around, and then was able to send a goal to the back of the net to get their first 3 points since March 8th.
New Mexico United will have to feel hard done by their effort. You generate 13 shots. You take the initial lead in first half stoppage time, but you can only put 4 shots on target despite having nearly 70% possession.
Yeah, and you have to talk about the saves. Of course, Brooks Thompson was able to deny them 3 chances that could have changed the outcome for New Mexico United. At the end, it was Lexington who was more solid in the back line and was able to get their goals from those good shots that they had.
Lexington SC picks up a home win for the first time since March 8th. They are victorious over top of the Western Conference table, New Mexico United. For Carmen Boquin, our producer Tim McDermott, and the rest of our crew, I'm Jake Griffith. Thanks so long from Lexington, Kentucky, where Lexington wins it 2-1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.